So far, we have heard that in the dream state, or one who is dreaming, there is no fire, but how you say it is Taijasa. Then he has answered, without the combination or touch of objects, it is only resplendent. That's why there we call it as Taijasa. The Taijasa is not transformation of heat or light. Then how you call it as Taijasa? Because devoid of objects and the nature of pure resplendence, so dreamer is called Taijasa. Then, yesterday we have divided the impression of ignorance in deep sleep. That is, the tamasic portion of that particular impression says, na kinchid avedisham, I don't know anything. In deep sleep, he is ignorant of all objects. I don't know anything. But because of the sattvic portion, he enjoys the bliss of Atma. Then this Anandamaya has been explained. Why did annexure mayat has been used? The impression of ignorance is having three parts that has been explained. And then again he says, the three states are not different from the fourth. Fourth is Turiya, it is Atman. Why it is not different? He says because they are superimposed on Atman. Rather, these all say three states which we experience, and the combination of these three states, Virat, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, all these things are superimposed on the Atman. And again he says, absence of discrimination in deep sleep, absence of discrimination in deep sleep, and he named it as Prajnana Ghana. Just as in the night, everything becomes indistinguishable. Avivechya, you cannot discriminate there. Everything is there. And dense with darkness. So too dense with consciousness, he enjoys the sleep. In sleep, enjoyer of happiness of the self has been declared in the Sruti, and he gives the valid proof. Yesho asya parama anandaha. The enjoyer of happiness in the sleep, that has been proved by Sruti, by the sentence, Yesho asya parama ananda. This is his absolute bliss. And this sleeping state is the door for waking and dream state, that also has been told. And we call him as Prajna. Prajna should be full of knowledge. And in sleep you say you don't know anything. Then how he is possessing knowledge? Then he told, from the previous experience, Bhuta Purva Gatya, he was in waking state and in dream state, and he was knowing everything. Now it is only concentrated. That's why he is called Prajna. Knower of everything. Knower of everything. What? Of waking and dream state. Now, in this sleeping state, what is the preeminent characteristic? Is undifferentiated consciousness. Whereas the waking and the dream state, they are having differentiated knowledge, because he is having undifferentiated knowledge, is called Sarveshwara Sarvagna. Now, in the next topic, the difference between the followers of logic and Sankhya has been told. The Vedantins, they accept Brahman as instrumental cause as well as material cause. But the followers of logic, they accept only the instrumental cause. Potter is there, he manifests the pot from the mud. The potter is not the material cause. The mud? Mud is the material cause for pot. For the world is only God. God is both material cause and instrumental cause. We gave the example of spider. In Nyaya, they don't accept the material cause of Ishvara. That's why they were refuted. How? What is the context? Or why they are refuted? He says, if you accept only the instrumental cause, then it is not correct. Asamanjasyam. Why? Because he may possess raga and dvesha, love and hatred, or attachment and disputes. If you accept the Ishvara as only the instrumental cause, but not the material cause, then in him, as in a relative world, the doer of a particular action is having love as well as hatred, or attachment and disputes. These things will arise in Ishvara. Then, if he becomes the material cause, everything belongs to him. There is no love, there is no hatred. That is why he says we have accepted both the causes in Brahman. See, because of the love of Duryodhana, Karna has to give up his life. The attachment. Krishna makes him understand so much. Kunti makes him understand, but he says, I have been benefited by Duryodhana, that's why I will help. So, in day-to-day life, we see the attachment to a particular person, attachment to a particular thing, money, fame, house, all these things, they lead you to sorrow, attachment. That's why in some places they say attachment is death, detachment is life. Simple. So in this way, today it will be started. Anyhow, when it comes, as and when it comes, I will let you know. Now, previously we told that the world is not outside. It is in our mind. For that, the Swami is giving another example here. A man dies, he is born, his ashes also are dissolved. But now and then you remember him. So where is he? He is in your mind. The particular person is not there. In the same way, the remembrance, smriti, we call in Sanskrit, smriti. To whatever we are attached, that we remember frequently. If you don't remember, then nothing happens. You will not feel sorry, you will not feel sorrow. That's why he says, and he says, this is the power of consciousness, not the power of inert mind. How you say like that? You see, you are having a mirror. Is it that? So he says, the inert mirror cannot have such power of remembrance. Only the consciousness is having the power. It works through mind. That's why, like this here, many points have been noted. In due course, we'll let you know. Not all at the time. Huh? 314. So first, Yesterday we read, this is the Lord of all, Yesha Sarveshwara. That is the Prajna. He says, he is the Sarveshwara, Lord of all. Omniscient. Yeshu Antaryami is dwelling in all. And Yesha Yonihi is the cause. Sarvasya Prabhavapeyo hi Bhutanam. What for he is the cause? For the creation of the whole world as well as for dissolution. That he says. And Prabhava is creation and Apyaya is dissolution. You are having some footnotes you can see. Next. Yesha hi Swarupavastaha Sarveshwaraha. Now he says Sarvasya Ishvaraha. He is the Lord of all diversity. He says Sarveshwaraha. Swarupavastaha is indwelling in his own self. Swasya Rupa Swarupa. That's why our Swamiji is having the name Swarupananda. He always says in himself. Swasmin Sthitaha Swastaha. Are you healthy? He says, I am healthy. Sannyas. Why? Swa is Atman. I dwell in Atman. That's why I am healthy. If you are not dwelling in the Atman, you are unhealthy. That is called swastha, healthiness. Sadhi Daivikasya Vedajatasya Sarvasya Ishita. He is the ruler of not only all the individuals particularly, but that all the gods. Sa Adidaivikasya. Vedajatasya. Different lords are there. So many lords we are having. And then the individuals also, in particular, they are many. For all these things, Ishita. Ishvara sarvabhutana muddesya chintishtati. Na etasmat jatyantar bhuto anyeshamiva. Nothing is there different from this as the other followers think. Now I told the Nayayika. Is it that? Logician. What he says? He says, we accept only the instrumental cause. And individuals are many, he says. That Veda never declares. That's why Anyesham Iva. As they are accepting, we are not accepting. Etasmat jatyantar bhuto nasti. Nothing is there besides this consciousness. As others follow. Nayayika, Sankhya, Buddha, Jaina, Purvamimamsa. He never accepts Ishvara. Wonderful fellow. If you don't accept Ishvara, what is going to happen? Can anybody tell? If you accept Ishvara, it is all right. If you don't accept Ishvara, what is going to happen? You see, many times I told you, You do an action and you forget. He records it. And he is the knower of everybody and everything. If you don't accept, how you are getting the fruits of the actions? Very difficult. Some knower should be there of all your actions. Him we call him as Ishvara. And that fellow says, the Purvamimamsaka, through action only we get all the results. Why? Because it is told in the Vedas. Swarga kamo ejeto. If you want to go to heaven, you do particular yajna. You see? Because it is told, we are performing yajna and we are going to Hare. You have performed yajna. Your body passed away. The action also is dissolved. And where are the fruits? Who will connect your subtle body with the fruits? Because the results of the actions are inert. And as a subtle body, you are inert. So some consciousness should be there which can connect. That he never accepts. What can be done? Anyhow. That's why we have to accept the support of the scriptures, Vedas. That to the third portion, knowledge portion, Upanishads. No other go. Otherwise, you will miss your way. Last time also I told, you are an Advaitin. You are seeing Lord everywhere, in each and everybody. Then why you should refute others? Why you should refute others? Then what was the answer? He says, the others also they are great thinkers. But what they say is not correct. If you follow them, you will not be able to realize your own self. You will not be able to experience your own Atman. You will be missing the way. That is why we are not scolding them. We accept them as our own Atman. But what they say is not correct, that's all. Why? Because if you follow them, you will be missing the way, missing the goal. And again he says, Prana bandhanam hi somya manaha. Somya, good looking one. Mind, which here represents the individual soul, is fashioned to prana, which is Brahman. See, he says prana, and again the commentator within the bracket says Brahman. That means the combined subtle bodies, prana. We see all these planets are hanging in the space and they are rotating in their orbits properly without any collision. How they are controlled? Who is controlling them? Vital force, prana. And this prana is inert. Where from it is getting the energy? From the Atman. So, the prana is not different from Brahman. Prana bandhanam is somya manaha. That means the mind is bound to Brahman. Ayamevahi sarvasya sarva bhedavasto. Jnata ityesha sarvagnya. He is the knower of all. Sarva bedhavastha. All the differentiations. Jnata, knower. That's why it's called Sarvagnya. He knows everything. You may forget. What you think, that also he knows. What you do, that also he knows. Everything. What you think of your future, that also he knows. Yesho antaryami. And you say he is the controller of everything. How he is controlling? Residing in everybody. Sarvatmatvat. Antaryami. Antaranupraveshya sarvesham bhutanam niyantapi esha eva. So residing inside is the control of everybody. And again he says, Niyantapi esha eva. He alone is the inner controller. Is it? How? He says, Anyasya kaschit antaranupraveshe niyamanecha samatya bhavat. None else than Ishvara can get inside you and control. It is only the Ishvara that can reside in you and control. That is, he is having that power, samatya. And then and we say he is the cause for the origin as well as dissolution. From where the origin has come, there only the dissolution goes. Is it not? If the mud is made out of, pot is made up out of mud, what happens? Again it dissolves in the mud. This confirms that the cause is Ishvara, from whom everything has sprout and everything dissolves there. Dissolution also is there. That's why he is omniscient and he alone enters into all beings. Others are not having that power. At times, no doubt, another goddess or another demon may enter into somebody's, but it is temporary, not permanent. In Brihadaranyaka we have seen one or two cases. अतएव यथोक्तम अभेदम जगत प्रसूयते. It says, अतएव यथोक्तम अभेदम, sabhedam, with diversity. This whole world is sprouting. Iti yesha yoni sarva. That is why he is the cause for everybody. Yata eva prabhavapyascha prabhavapyo hi bhutanam yesha eva. That is why he is the cause for origin and dissolution. So, the commentator has explained the verse. Now let us follow the English version. This one, that is, this prajna, while dwelling in his natural state, is indeed the Lord of all. The Lord of all diversity, including that which pertains to the heavenly region. Heavenly region, all the gods. Adidaivika. As some others seem to think, the Lord of all is not something different from this. See, the others, the followers of other schools of thought, they think the Lord is different, the ruler is different. What he says, Chityankaradikam sakartukam karyatvad ghatavat, he says. To make a potter is necessary. So the world has been created. So some creator should be there. So they infer the Lord. That's why he says. What he says? As some others seem to think the Lord of all is not something different from this. That means they think Lord of all is different. We don't think so. As others think. For there is a Shruti. O good looking one, the mind which here represents the individual soul is fastened to prana, which is Brahman. Fastened, tied. Huh? How it can be tied? The Atman is detached. Atman is detached, asanga. It is not having an attachment. You create a bondage yourself because of your own ignorance. That is called in Sanskrit Chid Jada Grandhi. The Jada is inert and Chit is Chaitanya, and you made a knot in between both. Chit Jada Grandhi. Sanskrit word. Since this one is the knower in all the states of diversity, he is omniscient and he alone enters into all beings. So this stress, the alone, that we have explained. See, he is having that capacity and everything sprouts from him and everything dissolves in him. Now, here, what is this instrumental cause? Nimitta Karana. That is, the Lord is the creator. First, let us go to the example. The potter is there. So, for preparing the pot, mud or clay is the material cause that he knows. Potter knows in the mud pot is there. That is why for pot, mud is the material cause. This much potter knows. One. And the mud is perceptible for him. It is in front. Aparoksha. Through his sense organs, he is seeing the mud. Pratyaksha, rather to say. Potter is having the desire to make a pot. So, in Sanskrit it goes, what is this doer-shape instrumental called? Swa upadana gochara. That means, now come to Ishvara. What he is going to create? All the individuals, he knows well. Upadana gochara. And it is directly perceptible for him. Aparoksha jnana. Chikisha. He says, I want to create. Why? To give the fruits of the actions of the individuals. So kamayata bahusyam prajayeya. That is the desire in the Ishvara to create. There the potter want to make the pot. Here he want to create. And he knows all about the creation. And then he, potter, prepares the pot and he creates. Kritimatvam. So for an instrumental cause, these all things should be there. The desire to create, what to create, and the capability of creation. Simply we say the instrumental cause. See, the sub-commentators, they divide like this. No. I think this particular sentence has been taken from Advaita Siddhi. स उपादान गोचर अपरोक्ष ज्ञान चिकीर्षा कृतिमत्वम निमित्त कारणत्वम. That's why here we say he is omniscient and he alone enters into all beings and directs them from within. Whereas the potter makes the pot outside. He directs everything from within. That is why he is both material cause as well as instrumental cause. Now, you have been created. So what is the support? The Atman. In Taittiriya we heard Atmana Akasha Sambhuta. In this way, the creation has started. And the subtle elements, when they mix, they become grass. Is that? That we can say in day-to-day life, in science also, we can see many examples are there. So, because he is all-pervading, and because everything is in subtle form, the subtle body is not dissolved. Then what he is creating? He is creating the grass body. Through grass body only one enjoys the fruits of actions. Is it not? That's why and everything is within him. Where from he is taking out? Because he is all pervading. He is in everything and everything is within him. Mastani sarvabhutani. Even Lord says, Nachaham tvesh avastitaha. See, everything is in me, but I am not in them. Because they are superimposed. The reality you are seeing. But it is not real, it is unreal. And then, Nacha mastani bhutani paschime yogameswaram. Again he says, all these bhutas, created beings are not in me. You see my yoga and Aishwarya. Bhuta Bhran. But I am the support of everything. Nacha bhutastaha. Though I am supporting all the elements, but I am not there in the elements. Because they are superimposed. That's all. See, without any pity, consideration, he is killing everybody. Kalosmi loka kshaykrit prabuddha. I am the death to devour everything, he says. Kalos. Because he has created, he can take insight. That's why I told you previously, from the cause only the effect comes and the effect dissolves in the cause. This we should not forget. That's why what is the support for the whole thing is consciousness. And everything goes back to consciousness. The magician shows the magic. And he is never disturbed. Nothing happens to him. He is as it is. But he sees so many things. He shows you. And this Lord is the greatest magician of the whole world. Seeing the magician, you are happy. But seeing the creation of your body, at times you go unhappy. Why? See, a cat catches the rat. A cat. For the cat, it is a play. But for the rat, it is life and death problem. In the same way here, you see, for him it is Leela. He just is a magician. But for you it is death and life problem. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do. But when you see that all these things are superimposed and I am not the doer, and again if you confirm I am not the enjoyer, then nothing. You are happy. Anyway, that's why omniscient and he alone enters into all beings, directs them from within according to their own actions. Thus, he, regarded as the source of all, since the universe together with its diversities proceeds from him. Such being the case, this one alone is the origin and dissolution of all beings. That this is the source and indeed the origin and dissolution of all beings. Now, he says, here follows the Karika, 9 verses only, as an expression, as an exposition of the preceding 6 mantras of the Mandukya Upanishad. The Bhashya of Sri Shankara is also given under each verse. Now, one or two things are left in the previous para. That is, there is no difference. Sarveshwara sadhi daivikasya saha daivikasya. That is, you see, we should not take only our own existence. We should take in us the existence of the Lord also, all the gods, all the heaven, all the worlds. Because only one Atman is there and everything is superimposed. Again I remind you, Matta Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Besides me, there is nothing, he says. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. And not only this, again he says, yatah eva prabhavapyosya, because he is both the instrumental cause as well as the material cause, from him only everything has got. That's why the world is not different from him. Again, let us go to the example, that is, where there is a rope, there only we see this snake. Without rope you cannot see the snake, and in the seemingly snake there is no rope. Where there is Brahman, there only world is there. And if Brahman is not there, world is not there. And in the world there is no Brahman, because it is superimposed. See, Isavasyamidagum sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. The inert, the living beings, all the non-living, everything you should cover with Ishvara, he says. With that knowledge, give up everything. So, though in the relative plane it is there, as and when you progress, you should cover everything with the Lord. That's why in Gita it says, Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. That everything is Lord. To see like this is very difficult. Very rarely you get persons like that. Samahatma sudurlabha. Very rare. Again, we read in this also one footnote is there, Prana bandhanam hi somya, ajñātam param brahma. So far we have not experienced an Atman. And its name is Sat, the real thing. That we are telling here as Prana. Prana sabditam. Tad bandhanam badhyate. Asmin paryavasiti utpatte. So through that all the things are bound. And for an individual, there is no other goal than the Brahman. One day or other he has to enter. You do in this life, or you do after 10 lives, but towards the end you have to reach. That is left to you. All these things are here, and now we'll go to the next page. 315. Karikav Gaudapada says, Atra etasmin yethokte arthe ete sloka bhavanti. Yethokte arthe. What has been explained, Yethokta artha, that is Vishwa Tejasa Prajna, we have explained. To explain further the meaning of these things, Ete sloka bhavanti. With regard to the topic already discussed, occur these verses, he says. Bahishprajño vibhur visvo hyanta prajñastu tejasaha ghana prajñas tatha prajña eka eva tridha smritaha. Visva having exterior consciousness, is all pervading. Tejasa has interior consciousness. Prajna similarly is dense with consciousness. Thus, the one alone is regarded in three ways, you see. Only one is there, but regarded in three ways. So, he says one alone. Bahishprajnaha. That means because mind goes out, take the impressions of the objects and enjoys the objects, thinking that enjoyment is there in the objects. For this, last time we told you, a dog brings a bone because of the smell, going on biting, thinking that it can get flesh, but blood comes from its own mouth, from its own, and it digs all this. So, the joy is inside, but the man thinks it is outside. Otherwise, you see, nowadays in India also it has become a regular matter, regular thing. The boys and girls, they love each other. They marry. They even go to the house and tell, without this boy I will commit suicide if I don't marry. Like this, something they told. And within 2 years they give the divorce. And what happened? Why you should give divorce? When you say the joy and happiness is in that particular person, why you should give up? It is imaginary. It is the belief that you think that joy is there in the objects. When you give up, voluntarily you give up some of the things. You are having so much of faith in doctor. If he says sugar is not good for you, give up. And if the Lord says you give up the world, you don't want to give up. Huh? Wonderful. Because you are not having so much of belief and Shraddha in Lord. See? Whatever it may be, it is left to you people. Bahishprajnaha. Paryayena Tristhanatvat, that is, regularly, one after another. Soham. You are the seed of the waking, you are the seed of the dream, you are the experience of the sleep. So, Tristhanatvat, Soham, I am in all the three states. Smritya, by remembrance. Pratisandhanacha, sthanatre vitirekatvam ekatvam. See, so aham, I am that. Oh, I was sleeping, now I am waking. Soham. That means the state is different from you. Smritya pratisanna sthanatre vitiriktatvam ekatvam. It is not identified with these three states, the Atma. It is different. Because you are the seer of the waking as well as the dream, as well as you are the experience of the sleep. Standing separately, you are observing. Suddhatvam. Again he says, it is very pure. Why? There is no sin, there is no good, there is no bad. Dharma dharma raga dveshadi malasya avastha dharmatvat. Because you identify yourself with the waking state, dream state, or the sleeping state, you say, I am doing good, I am doing bad. Because of the identity of that particular state, it comes. But originally, you are not attached to anything. That's why he says, no, not necessary. This will take. Dharma, dharma, good and bad. No love, no attachment. Ragadvesh. So, these things are not there. Where in the Atman? Soham. In this aham, these things are not there. That's why he says, it is alone and it is completely pure. Suddhatvam. And then asangatvam. That's why previously I told, मस्तानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहम तेषु अवस्थितः न च मस्तानि भूतानि पश्चिमे भूतभुन् न च भूतस्थो. All these things are told. And he does not belong to anybody. But everybody likes him and he likes everybody. How? The moment you start praying, he tries to help you because you are remembering him. If you don't remember, you see, he is not attached to anybody. Nadatya kasijit papam nacha sukritam vibho. But he belongs to everybody. How? When you love him. Last time I told, if you put the fire outside and sit here and say, I am not getting the heat, what you have to do? You should go near the fire. Then you will get the heat. So, the mind which is diversified due to the attachment of the world should be gathered, concentrated, should be purified, and should think of the Lord. Then only the more and more you go nearer the fire, you get more and more heat. And if without going, how you will get? And finally, yesterday, also day before yesterday, I told you, what? You are doing good for yourself. You are not lifting anybody. You are not doing any good to anybody else. See. If you don't do good for your own self, who will do? Who will lift you? Uddhared atmanatmanam. You should lift yourself by yourself. Suddhatvam, then asangatvam is not attached. See, Lord Krishna was the charioteer of Arjuna. And as soon as the sun set, they used to stop the war. And Arjuna he goes, takes good food, nicely snoring and sleeping. But the Lord, because he is holding the post of a charioteer, he has to take all the horses, wash them, You have to put all the medicine for all the wounds. I give the proper food to them. Then he used to go to take for bathing. Then regular ablutions, which he has not done in the noontime and in the evening, he will be doing that. And then he eats. By the time Arjuna's half sleep is over. But has Lord never has he told anybody, oh, I have to do so many things? He's completely detached with the work. He always thinks, I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer. What he has experienced in day-to-day life, that only he has taught. You may say even Rama or Krishna. But see, we read Gita. We do have some belief in Lord, but we never follow up to the letter his teachings. Then, how can you say, I am having so much of faith in the Lord? You are prostrating to somebody both morning and evening, but you never follow his orders. What is the use of that prostration? That's why here, Suddhattam, this is very pure and attached, not attached to even the work that he is doing. Another parable I told you last time. Do you remember? About Narada. Huh? Narada was sitting and meditating in Himalayas. All of a sudden he remembered something. What he remembered? Narada was sitting in Himalayas and meditating, and all of a sudden he remembers something and goes to Dwaraka. Why? See, he started calculating what Lord Krishna is having 16,108 wives, and through every wife he is having 10 children. For a human being it is not possible. But how Lord is managing, let me go and see. You are coming here to meditate, you do your work. Why you should poke into others' work? You poke your nose. When he goes and sees, with each wife one Lord is there. He has taken so many forms. And actually is serving others, this wife, by cajoling the children, by serving the wife, doing all the things as a good householder. Oh, then it is all right, he says, Narada, coming all the way from Himalayas to Dwaraka. So, but when all these children were dying, Lord Krishna was there in the forest, detached. That means he is showing the attachment as if he is for them only. But when the time came, he left everything. That's why he says, Asanga. In no way your consciousness is going to get attached with your body, subtle body, or gross body, or causal body. You think that something is there. That's why he says, Suddhattam asangattam cha siddham. It is proved, he says. Mahamatshyadi Dishtanta Sritehe. He gave the example of the big fish going to this bank and that bank and not attached to any bank. But in the footnote, another two examples are given. That is Shena and Suparna, the hawk and the bird, flying on all sides in the sky, returns to its nest when exhausted, wings outstretched. So too, this Purusha hedges towards the state where, while sleeping, he does not desire any desirable objects, does not see any dream. See. He is not seeing any dream and no desire. Mahamatsyadi Dishtanta Sritehe. That the Atman is pure as well as it is non-attached. These things have been explained. And the attachment is a quality, guna. And Atman is nirguna. See? So, the seed is unattached. And in this context, that something else also has been told. The Sankhya and Yogi thinks that mind is all pervading, and Nayayika says logician is subtle, and Vedanti says middle. That means as much as body. So the mind. Like this, some differentiation also has been told regarding the mind. Again, Eka eva tridha smrutaha. Only one divided into three. Stula sukshma karana upadi bedat jiva bedhama sankhya. Now every individual is having his own body. So he says differentiation is there. If all the agents are different, then there is distinction is there. Says, this is the question. Differentiation should be there. Then the answer is, you see, these states are not individual, they are interdependent. The waking, the dream, and the sleep are interdependent. An interdependent thing is never free. No, it is not independent because it is interdependent. That's why we say that it is not attached. Now, another sloka. जागृतावस्थायामेव विश्वादीनां त्रयाणाम् अनुभव प्रदर्शनार्थोऽयं श्लोकः. He says, in the waking state, you are dreaming as well as sleeping. Wonderful fellow. He is going to explain. The following verse is to show that in the waking state itself, there is the experience of all the three, beginning with Vishwa. See, waking is waking, we know. Then, how you can say that while waking you are dreaming? He says, Dakshine, it comes in the page 317. 317. No, no. The how you are dreaming in the waking state, that comes in the page 317, that we will tell there. You can remind me. And how you are sleeping in the waking state, that also will come in the page 17. When it comes, we will let you know. Vishwa is, you see, you are called Vishwa in your waking state. Tejasa in dreaming state. You are named as Vishwa, Tejasa, Pragya. When you are sleeping, you are called. So the combination of Vishwa is called Virat. The combination of subtle bodies is called Hiranyagarbha. The combination of causal body is called Ishvara. दक्षिणाक्षि मुखे विश्वो मनसि अंतस्तु तैजसः आकाशे च हृदि प्राज्ञ स्थिता देहे व्यवस्थितः. दक्षिणाक्षि पुरुषः, the right eye, it is more powerful. In the same way, the right portion is having more strength. Mukhe means that is the door. So, the door to experience the objects of the waking state is the right eye. Vishwa. Manasi antastu taijasaha. At times what you do? You are sitting and you close your eyes and start thinking of something. Is it that? So that is manasi antastu taijasaha. For this, our Swamiji gave something parable. A poor man brought some flour and he wanted to exchange it for money, business. And then just he has kept the flour on the floor, flour on the floor. And he started thinking, closing his eyes. So I will sell this for this so much of things. I will get so much of money. And it is the flour is multiplied and so much of money I will be getting. So I'll purchase some sheep. Then through that I will do business, and then I will purchase some cows. Then I will be having so much of money and I will build a big house. So many cows are there in the house. And then I will marry. I am having a child. The child went to the cows, in between the cows. Wife has not seen, so I will kick her. And he has kicked her. So what happened? The flour which was there, it is unspread. Flour and flour has become one. So this is, you are dreaming in the waking state. See? That we call castles in the air. Castles in the air. Akashe cha hridi manasi antastu tejasa. If you divert your mind inside, then it becomes dream. Because you are closing the eyes and started thinking. Akashe cha hridi prajnaha. When we are not doing anything, you are calm. Mind is not oscillating in your waking state. Then you are sleeping. That's what is going to say. Akashe cha hridi prajna stridha dehe vyavastitaha. Vishwa is seen in the right eye, which is its seat of experience. Tejasa is inside the mind. Prajna is inside. Prajna is in the space inside the heart. In these three ways, he dwells in the body. But Atman is only one. He dwells in three places. Dakshinam akshiyeva mukham. The right eye is the door. Pradhanyena drashta. Through that he sees. Stula nam. All the gross objects. Is experiencing. Vishwa anubhaviti. Indo havai nama yesha yoyam dakshine akshan purusha. Indha is called Vaiswanara. He says his name is Vaiswanara Indha. Whereas this Vishwa is called Indha Vaiswanara. Dakshine akshan purusha itisrute. Indho deepti guno Vaiswanaraha. Full of effulgence. Adityantargato Vairaja Atma Chakshushi Drashta Ekaha. See, the Virat who is in the sun and who is in the eyes are one, he says. Drashtuscha drashtuhu chakshusasya kimayatam. He says, if you say only one seer in that sun as well as in yourself, what I am going to get? Then he says, you are one with the Lord through the self. Adhyatmika adi bhautikayor ekatvat. That's why he says, drashta ekha chakshushi cha aditya antargato vairaja atma chakshushi cha ekha. Only one. Vishwa, the witness of the gross objects, is primarily experienced in the right eye, which is his seat. This is evidenced by the Sruti. He, the Purusha seated in right eye, is named Indha. Vaiswanara, who is particularly known for his resplendence is called Indha. Vaiswanara is called Indha. The Virat self dwelling inside the sun and he who is seated in the right eye are one and the same. Now, the Virat self, he says. So, he should not take the outside cover our body. The self, he says. Yosa vaso purusha soham asmi. Whatever consciousness is there within you, the same consciousness is within me. Like that it starts and plays. Same thing he is telling the Virat, self-dwelling inside. So, Hridi, what is inside the sun? The stuff consciousness and the consciousness within is one. not taking the consideration into the body and the sun, which we see as the heart, round thing. And he who is seated in the right eye are one and the same. Nanu, again, he says, Hiranyagarbha is different. Kshetrajna, and he is in the eyes, he is different. And this Kshetrajna is the ruler of the Swami, Deha Swami. How both can become one? One is the combination of all the individuals, and another is the particular individual. So, he says, the differentiation are the different individuals are imaginary. Only Atman is there. Wherever you go, again you have to come back to Atman. Whatever you may think, just think it is from Atman. And I am not the doer. So, wherever your mind is going, there you try to see the Atman. Or bring back the mind into the Atman. This is the only way to overcome this mind. That's why he says, how these both are one. Eko hi paro deva sarveshu bhuteshu samastittvena vestittvena cha samavruta tishtati iti sravanat. Only one God is the combination as well as the particular. There is no differentiation. In Chandogya, we heard Sada Somya Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asit. Only one truth is there in the beginning. And from that is all creation has come. When it is dissolved, it goes to the one. So only one is there. That he is telling he is Bhausyam Prajaya. Let me become many. He says, he has become many. Bhausyam Prajaya means one has become many. So there is no difference. But the opponent is asking here, Hiranyagarbha is different and Kshetrajna is different. In 13th chapter, Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. I am the indweller of all the individuals. Aham atma gudakesha sarvabhutashaya sthita. So he says they are different in the right eye, who is the controller of eyes, and who is the seer, and who is the master of the body. Two is different. Like that he says. Then na swato bedhanabhyapagamat. In reality, no such difference is accepted, admitted. as evidenced by Shruti, Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. One resplendent being is hidden in all creatures. Avibhaktancha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva chastitam. Know me as the Kshetrajna in all the bodies, undivided yet remaining as though divided among beings. See. Sarveshu karneshu avisheshopi dakshinakshi upalabdhi patava darshanat tatra vishesho nirdesho visvasya. Though Visva exists equally in all the sensory organs, inasmuch as the right eye is seen to be more skillful in grasping things, particularly referred to as seated here. Is it not? So, in reality, no such difference is admitted on the basis of scriptures. What is this? Sarvakshetreshu vyavastitam mam Ishwaram vidhi. I am in all the individual particular bodies and you know me. Kshetrajnam sarveshu bhuteshu kshetrajnasched atma eka katham tarhi pratibodham vedha prabha. If one self is there, why we are seeing the difference? Because you have superimposed this body or you are imagining these bodies are different. Then he says, Sarveshu karneshu avisheshopi. When the Vaisvanara is equally present in all the sense organs, how particularly you say in the right eye? Then he says, Shruti anubhavabhyam nirdesha deha desha bhede visva anubhuyate. It is mostly experienced in the right eye. So, commentary next. Dakshinakshi gato rupam društva. Now he is going to tell how you are seeing the dream in waking state. Dakshinakshi gato rupam društva. You are seeing a form through your right eye. Nimilitakshaha, you have closed your eyes. Tadeva smaran, what you have seen, that you remember. Manasi anta swapniva, inside the mind, as if the dream you are seeing. Tadeva vasana rupa viviktam pashyati. You are seeing the impression of the outside object, closing your eyes. See, sitting alone, some people remember something and at times they laugh in themselves and even they may weep also. Remembering something, sorrow or something. And they are sitting alone. Nobody is there. This is called dream in waking state. Yatha atra tatha swapne. You see the small babies. Months, 3 months, 4 months. They will be sleeping, at times they laugh. in the sleep. You can see, you can observe. Now, where from that laugh has come? He's closing the eyes and he laughs. Yatha atra tatha swapne. As we see here, so in the dream. Manasi antastu tejasopi visva eva. So, because it is inside the mind, the Tejasa also is Visva only. That means in waking we are seeing the dream. Yatha atra. As we see the objects in the waking, so we see the objects when closing the eyes also. And the series one. The self seated in the right eye sees some form and closing the eye and remembering that form alone, which has manifested itself in the form of an impression in the inner mind, sees that alone as in a dream. As is the case here, so is it in dream. Therefore, then Taijasa seated inside the mind is Vishwa alone. Though you call it as Taijasa, because it is inside the mind, it is called only Vishwa. That is the dream in waking state. This he has explained. Now, another thing is coming. Akashe cha hridi smaranakhya vyaparo parame. Now we have given up all duties. No work. Uparame. Pragya eki bhuta ghana pragya bhavati mano vyapara bhavat. Because the mind is not oscillating. You are sitting. Your mind is not oscillating. That means you are in sleeping state. Sitting and sleeping. One can doze, that is another thing. But you are telling sleeping. You see, Adhyatmam Vagadin Pranatmani Samharati. What he did? These all the waking state organs, sense organs, he has dissolved in prana. And all the gods that of the each sense organ, Adideva, he has dissolved in Vayu. That is outside breeze. Sutratma. Ajnadin Atmani Samharati. And that all these say gods, he has dissolved in the Atman. Three things. The sense organs, he has dissolved in prana. Gods, he has dissolved in the outside breeze. Outside breeze. And actually, the fire, etc., that is Adibhuta, he has dissolved in Atman. Adhyatma Adidevasya Ekatvat Pranasya Vayosya. Outside breeze, inside prana, both are one. Vagadishu Agnadishu Sammuttatvena. And these say sense organs is one thing, actions is different thing of a particular sense organ. You say speech. is the action of the mouth. Isn't it? But mouth is a sense organ. Organ is different from its action. So the actions you have dissolved in the Atman. The organs in the air and prana. In this way, Avyakritasya samvarga vidyayam suchitatvat. Now there is no name, there is no form, everything you have dissolved. Sense organs in the prana, gods in the outside breeze, actions of the sense organs in the Atman. So there is no form, there is no name. Is it? Sammarga vidyayam suchitatvat. Prano hi eva etan sarvan samvrukte. In Samvarga Vidya it has been told. Samvarga Vidya, I think last time I remember, I might have told you, but that particular chapter we have not dealt. Is it not? But I think I have told there in the lectures, whatever it may be, I will remind you. There is a king by name Janasruti. So he was having a big kingdom. In the whole kingdom, he wanted to, for all the pilgrimages, he wanted to give free boarding and lodging. Boarding and lodging. Accommodations. Food. So he has arranged through all his servants, subordinates, he has arranged. Quite happy. And now he was sleeping on the terrace, quite happy. He has worked for others, not for himself. In his kingdom, all the pilgrimages should get all the facilities without any payment. That he has arranged. That means unselfish work. Karma yoga he did. Nishkama karma yoga he did. So, the gods and the rishis are very much pleased. Now they wanted his upliftment from karma to upasana, he should be brought. That's why they have all become swan. They took the form of a swans. And they started flying near him. One swan says to the other, "Oh, don't fly over him. He is a king. And his light is going up to heaven. You may get burnt if you go on him, if you fly over him." So the behind fellow says so, and the front fellow says, "Keep quiet, you fellow, don't do anything." Do you think he's a Raikwa? But this much the discussion was there and they left. Then the king started thinking, somebody is there by name Raikwa, who is more powerful than me. So he has sent all his servants, soldiers to search him. They were all searching in all the towns. They could not get. Arey, these are meditating people, so go to the forest. So in one of the forests, under a cart, CRT cart, one fellow was sitting. Then the soldier asked, "Are you the Raikwa?" "Yes, I am the Raikwa. What you want?" So he came to the king, he told, "I found." And with some presents he goes to him. Because the gods and rishis told that is more power. What is his power? Around him, whoever is there, whatever good they do, so some portion this fellow will be getting, all the good of the others. Why? He is meditating on prana. Prana is one in all. So whatever others they do good, it comes to him. Pranatman. That's why while doing pranayama, by doing pranayama, it is very easy to control the mind. You easily go to the oneness. Then again he says, get up. No teaching. Just simply removes the king. Then king thought, you see, the presents are very less, so let me take more. But he is a upasaka and his wife died, so for helping he needs a wife. So this king took his daughter. All right. Then he says, through the face of your daughter I am going to teach, he says. Because he needs somebody's help and he got it, then he teaches. That is the Samvarga Vidya. That one prana in everybody. Meditate on that. So far he was doing Nishkama Karma Yoga. Now from karma to upasana he has come. You see? In the same way, from upasana, Narada was taken to the absolute. He was doing so many things, knowing so many things, moving here and there, without peace of mind. All those things that we have discussed. Prajño prajñah ekibhuta gana prajñeyo bhavati manovyapara bhavat. So in waking state, when the mind is not working, where you are in the mind without oscillations. Darsana smarane evahi manaspandite. If you see something, if you remember something, then your mind starts oscillation. In the middle of the forest, there is a pond. And there is no breeze. The water is still. And it is quite clear water. You can see the base. But if you throw a stone into the pond, what happens? Waves will be coming. You cannot see the down. In the same way, in the still mind, if you are having darshana, if you see something, or if you remember something, then wave starts, oscillation starts. These two things are not there. That is why even while waking, you are sleeping. If these two things are not, if these two things are there, then you are seeing or remembering. Seeing, waking, remembering, dream. Tadabhavehi hridi eva visheshena pranatmana avasthanam. So, in waking state, taking the help of prana, you have entered into the heart. Support of prana. That is called sleep in waking state. Prano hi eva etan sarvan samvrukte. It absorbs everything. Tejaso hiranyagarbho manastatvat. The Tejasa is Hiranyagarbha and that is mind. Lingam Manaha. Now he says, Lingam means the subtle body. And the combination of subtle bodies also is called Lingam. Lingam Manaha. And what is this mind? Mind is having, you see, Lingam Mano Yatra Nishaktam Asya. When this mind gets attached to some place, something, then it is called mind. Otherwise, Mano Mayoyam Purushaha. Previously I told, where your mind, there you are. So, through the mind, you are judged. You are judged. Judge. Is it not? That's why he says, Manomayoyam Purusha Ityasatya. Now, Manovyapara Abhavat, that to some extent we have discussed, you are sleeping in waking state. Why? Because mind is not working. There is no oscillation. That again further he is explaining. Vyavruttau. Manovyapara vyavruttau. When there is no oscillation of the mind. Hridayavachinna akashe sthitah san. You are completely meditating in your heart. Pragyo bhutva tal lakshana lakshito bhavati. You have become pragya. You are indicating. Nahi tasya rupa vishesha darsana smarane parihritya. Without giving up this darshana smarana, seeing and remembering, you cannot enter into the heart. He says. So, Vishayakara rahita.
Without giving what? Giving up what?
Darshana and smarana. Seeing and remembering. You cannot get into the heart. That means samadhi will not be there. Something else will be there. Yato ghana pragyo vishay vijnana virahi rupantar rahitas tishtati. Without thinking of any form he stays. Without thinking of any form, that mind has entered into the heart. Atman. One with. Mano vyapara abhavat. This has been told that there is no actions in the mind. When the activity called recollection ceases, prajna seated in the space within the heart becomes unified and dense with consciousness due to the absence of activity of the mind. So far this we have discussed. Activity called recollection or seeing. When these two things ceases, becomes unified and dense with consciousness due to the absence of activity of the mind. Seeing and recollection alone indeed constitute the vibration of the mind. This, now we told. In the absence of these, the self becoming one with the prana remains in the heart alone. As declared by the Sriti, prana indeed absorbs all this. For this only we have told the story. Prano hi eva etan sarvan samvrungte samharati or absorbs. Because of dwelling in the mind, Tejasa and Hiranyagarbha are same. See, when you completely merge in the mind and mind in prana, this Tejasa and Hiranyagarbha become one. For that footnote is there, Tejasa conditioned by individual mind, Hiranyagarbha conditioned by the cosmic mind have one common factor in both, which is mind, hence both are same. That is collective mind and this is individual mind. From the Shruti says, Shrutis such as being attached together with the action attains the result to which his subtle body or mind is attached. So, if you are attached to the actions, if you are attached to the mind, if you are attached to the subtle body, then the Purusha identified with the mind, they say. You are identified. But here, the identity with the mind is only through seeing and remembering. If these two things are not there, mind becomes still. It says. Again, the same thing he is telling. That which is in the body, that all the sense organs and these organs of action, they all are merged in the prana. And the Sutratma, in that all the gods, Ajnadin Atmani Samharati. So, these all gods where they have dissolved? In Vayu. In Brihadaranyaka, we told. That is, the questioner asked, what is his name? Who died? Akarvado, Sachipatargana. Not Kausala, that is Shakalya. Shakalya asked, how many gods? 3,303 Vidagdha Shakalya. And again he says, how many? Only 33. Again how many? 6. Again he says, how many? 3, 2, 1.5, 1. So what is that one? That is prana. See. Expansion of gods is from prana. Dissolution of the gods is in the prana. That's why I told you, this particular vital force is the controller of all the worlds, all the cosmic worlds, not single cosmos. It's all pervading. Pranatma. That is controlled by Ishvara, as you are controlled by Ishvara. But Ishvara is the cause for creation. Yourself is beyond the cause and effect. This Purusha is identified with the mind, the unity. Now, pranasya vayosya vagadishu ajnadishu samrutattvena avyakritasya samvarga vidyayam. So this prana and that outside vayu are dissolved. That's why that is called samvarga vidya. Vayirvava samvargava. Only one God. Suchitadvad avyakritena pranatmana sushupte prajna avasthanat. So this has been indicated. This vayu outside, with that He becomes one and stays while waking. That's why it is told he is sleeping in the waking state. So, rest we will do.